Caleb Williams had himself a weekend to remember in Chicago, and honestly, Bears fans everywhere should be buzzing with excitement right now. There's something different about this kid. Something that makes you believe the future of the Chicago Bears might finally be heading in the right direction. While a lot of quarterbacks come into the NFL and immediately start giving cookie-cutter answers, trying to play nice with everyone and avoid controversy, Caleb is out here embracing the city, embracing the fans, and most importantly, embracing the rivalry. And let's be real, the Bears-Packers rivalry is something that's been missing a little bit of heat in recent years. But with Caleb leading the charge, that fire feels like it's roaring back to life. So over the weekend, Caleb was at Summer Smash, which if you don't know, is a huge music festival in Chicago. Tons of fans, big energy, and it's one of those moments where the city just feels alive. And what does Caleb do? Does he stay low-key and hide in the VIP section all night? Nope. He's out there with the fans, surrounded by people wearing Bears gear, and at one point, someone captures a video of him joining the crowd in a very loud, very clear chant directed at the Packers, and let me just say, it wasn't exactly a polite chant. Bears fans started yelling FGB, which, well, let's just say it's not exactly family-friendly, and it makes it pretty clear how Chicago feels about their neighbors up north. But here's the thing, Caleb didn't just smile and nod along. He jumped right in, chanting with the fans, screaming it like he's been a Bear his whole life. And of course, because it's the internet, the video went viral almost instantly. People on social media were loving it. Bears fans started reposting it, adding captions like QB1 gets it and our guy hates Green Bay already. But as always, there's that little corner of the internet that loves to complain. Some people started questioning why Caleb was out partying at a music festival instead of being glued to his playbook. Like, seriously, these critics act like players are supposed to spend every waking second watching film in a dark room. The truth is, this is the NFL offseason. This is literally the time of year when players get to breathe, take a break, enjoy life a little before training camp begins. They've got like 6 weeks of downtime, and even then, most of them are still doing workouts on their own, staying in shape, and preparing mentally for the grind ahead. Caleb wasn't even out of town. He stayed in Chicago, connecting with the city, showing fans that he's part of this community now. And look, let's not pretend rivalries today are what they used to be. In a lot of cases, players across the league are way to buddy-buddy. They train together in the off-season, they vacation together, and while that's fine, it does sort of water down the whole rivalry thing. But Caleb, he seems to get it. He's showing that he understands what this rivalry means to Bears fans. This isn't just another game on the schedule. This is Packers week. This is personal, and honestly, that's refreshing. Go back to last season when he kind of shrugged off C.J. Stroud trying to have a big brother moment with him. Some people criticize him for not being more friendly, but honestly, I kind of loved it. You don't have to be friends with every quarterback in the league, especially not the ones you're going to battle against every year. And this Packers thing, this takes it to a whole other level. Bears fans should want every single player wearing navy and orange to hate the Packers. That's just a fact. It's part of the job description. If you're wearing that Bears jersey and you don't have some extra motivation to take down Green Bay every time you step on the field, then honestly, what are we even doing here? Think back to the old days. Do you think Mike Ditka cared about making friends in Green Bay? Absolutely not. The guy lived and breathed this rivalry. He built a culture around it, and it feels like Caleb is tapping into that same energy. And now that we're talking about this, it makes me think back to something that bugged me months ago. Remember when Bears head coach Matt Eberflus was spotted sitting courtside at a college basketball game next to Packers head coach Matt LaFleur? At the time, I didn't say much, but looking back, yeah, that rubbed me the wrong way. You can have professional respect for your opponents. Sure, you can shake hands after the game, but sitting courtside together during the offseason like your best friends, I don't know, that just doesn't sit right with me. Not when it comes to this rivalry. That's why seeing Caleb out there chanting with fans, making it clear where he stands, feels so good. It's the energy this fan base has been craving. Now, let's be real. I'm not saying Caleb wakes up every morning thinking about ways to hate the Packers. I'm sure for him, this was all just in good fun, enjoying a moment with fans, getting caught up in the atmosphere of the event. But there's also a bigger point here. By doing this, by making these little statements, whether it's chanting at a festival or calling out Packers fans during interviews, Caleb is making it crystal clear that he understands what it means to be a Chicago Bear. He's showing that he gets the assignment. That alone makes me feel like this rivalry is heating up again. And speaking of that, let's talk about the game that really felt like the turning point for this whole Bears-Packers dynamic, that Week 18 matchup last season at Lambeau Field. It had been years since the Bears had beaten the Packers, especially on their home turf. I think it had been something like 10 years without a win at Lambeau. And if we're talking about the overall losing streak, it was something like 11 straight losses to Green Bay. That's brutal. But on that day, something finally clicked. The Bears went up there and got the win. Cairo Santos nailed the game-winning field goal. And you could see the emotion pouring out of every single player on that field. There was even that slow-motion clip of Caleb yelling in celebration after the final whistle. The guy wasn't even officially the starter yet, but he was right there, showing that this rivalry mattered to him already. And honestly, that game felt like it meant more than just one win in the standings. It felt like a statement. Like the Bears were tired of being the little brother in this matchup. Tired of losing year after year, and it wasn't just the players. You could feel it in the fan base too. Everyone was fired up. Social media was buzzing for days after that win, and then, just a few weeks later, something else happened that added even more fuel to the fire. The Bears announced Ben Johnson as their new head coach. Now, anytime a new coach comes in, you never really know what kind of personality they're going to bring to the table, especially in those first press conferences. Most of the time, they play it safe, stick to the script, say all the right things, but Ben came out swinging. During his introductory presser, he made a little comment that, honestly, made my ears perk up. Unprompted, he took a small but noticeable shot at Matt LaFleur and the Packers. He said something along the lines of, "I wanted to stay in this division because I love competing here, and frankly, I kind of enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur twice a year. Now let's pause for a second." That's a bold thing to say in your very first press conference as head coach of the Bears. He didn't need to mention LaFleur by name. He didn't need to bring up the Packers at all. But he did, and that tells me everything I need to know about his mindset. This isn't just coach speak. This is a guy who's coming in with an edge. A guy who understands that when you put on that navy and orange, you're expected to take this rivalry personally. It's one thing to talk about building a winning culture. It's another thing entirely to come out day one and say, "Yeah, I like beating the Packers. Let's do more of that," and to make it even better. When LaFleur was asked about Johnson's comments a few days later, the guy looked completely caught off guard. You could see it in his body language, stumbling over his words, trying to laugh it off, but clearly not expecting to get called out like that. And that's when I really started to believe this rivalry is waking up again. But wait, there's more. Fast forward to this past weekend at Fanatics Fest. Caleb was on a panel with a few other players, talking about fan experiences and stuff like that. And when the question came up about his worst fan experience, guess what Caleb said? Without hesitation, he called out Green Bay again. He talked about the time after the Bears beat the Packers at Lambeau, when he and his teammates tried to do a Lambeau leap into the section where Bears fans were sitting. And what happened? Packers fans started throwing stuff at them. Caleb laughed it off but made sure to sneak in one more jab, saying something like, "They suck, but it was fun." Again, this is the kind of petty energy we live for as fans. This is the stuff that makes rivalries fun again. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears, and don't be shy, drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The NFL rumor mill is churning once again, and the latest buzz has Bears fans on the edge of their seats. Unconfirmed reports and escalating chatter suggest that wide receiver LAZARD could be making his way to the Windy City as a free agent. While nothing has been officially announced, the mere possibility has ignited a frenzy among the Bears faithful, who are dreaming of a bolstered receiving corps. LAZARD, currently with the New York Jets, has been a subject of trade discussions and contract renegotiations throughout the offseason, with the Jets looking to potentially shed salary and LAZARD's role seemingly uncertain. After a recent restructuring of his deal, a move has felt increasingly likely. Now, it appears the Bears might be emerging as a strong suitor, a notion that has sent waves of excitement through the fan base. The potential addition of a veteran presence like LAZARD, known for his physicality and reliable hands, could be a significant boost for the Bears' offense. Fans are already envisioning the ways he could complement the team's existing talent. and potentially provide a much-needed target for the quarterback. While the exact terms of any hypothetical deal remain shrouded in secrecy, the prospect of LAZARD donning the navy and orange has become the dominant topic of conversation among Bears enthusiasts. Could this be the missing piece the Bears need? Only time will tell if these whispers turn into a roaring reality, but for now, the excitement is palpable. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.